What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my quest guide for A Kingdom Divided in Old School RuneScape. The quest requirements for this are the Queen of Thieves, the Depths of Despair, the Ascent of Arceuus, the Forsaken Tower, Tale of the Righteous, and Architectural Alliance. The skill requirements are 54 Agility, 52 Thieving, 52 Woodcutting, 50 Herblore, 42 Mining, 38 Crafting, and 35 Magic. I highly recommend you have 43 plus Prayer to do protection prayers, as there are a bunch of bosses in this quest that are very easy to fight as long as you have protection prayers. However, they can be difficult if you do not, so I highly recommend 43 prayer. You also need to fight these bosses using melee. One of them you can try using range, but one of them has protect from ranged and magic, so you have to fight it with melee. However, like I said, the bosses are pretty easy with protection prayers. My combat is only 82 and my stats aren't that high, and the bosses were not an issue for me. The items required for this quest are 1 Firebolt cast, which is 1 Chaos rune, 3 Air runes, and 4 Fire runes, 1 Volcanic sulphur, 1 Molten glass, 1 pickaxe, doesn't matter what type, 1 axe, doesn't matter what type, 1 defense potion 4, 1 chisel, and that's all the required items. I recommend a bunch of teleports around Kourend. I'm bringing a Xerox talisman charged, a games necklace for Winter Todd, a Cardus memoirs to get around, a skills necklace, an Arceuus library teleport. I will be using 5 during this quest, and a battlefront teleport. I'll be using 1. I recommend bringing a super combat potion and a prayer potion for the fights. However, like I said, if you have this, they really aren't that hard, so they're nothing to be too scared about. To start this quest, talk to Martin Holt, right in the front of the Kourend castle. Run through the chat. Option 1, start the quest. Yes. Run into the castle, so go west and look for Commander Fuller. Talk to Commander Fuller, run through the chat. Option 1, let's get going. Once that cutscene is completed and you skip through everything, run north into this little building here. Go into the west building and search the shelves on the right of the staircase. You should get an order form, inspect it, and then go up the staircase. Once you're in here, go the whole way to the eastern room and search the drawers right next to the door. You should get a receipt, inspect it, and then after that, climb up the staircase. You can go ahead and climb down the staircase right after that. Climb down the staircase. Go out the front and talk to Commander Fuller again. Option 3, did you know there's a demon upstairs? Option 1, I think I know where Counselor Hughes is going. Option 1, the deeper load. Next, you're going to use your Xerox talisman to teleport to Xerox Inferno. You now need to go to the pub in this area, which is right over there in the bottom right, where my mouse is. So, go ahead and just run over that way. Open the door, go ahead in and talk to Fuggy. Run through the chat, choose option 3. Any counselors stay here recently. The screen will shake. You will now be doing your first boss fight soon, so if you are ready for that, teleport to Piscarilius. I'm going to use the Caritas Memoirs. Just as soon as you finish that chat, just run through the rest of it. Once you're here, you're going to go to where Veos usually is. So run south from this area. You're going to go to this sign right here, where my mouse is. So again, you are about to do the first boss fight. So if you don't feel you're ready for that, go to the bank. However, it is very easy, so there's nothing to be too scared about. Talk to the cabin boy. Option 2, I'm looking for a counselor. And now, the boss fight will start. Now this boss attacks using mostly melee, so just put on protect from melee and you'll be fine. If you have ever fought the Queen Black Dragon in RuneScape 3, it kind of does a similar thing. What happens is it shoots out waves of fire with one gap in the wave. So you just go to the empty gap and you don't get hurt. If you get hit by the wave of fire, it's not a big deal. It's like 16 damage and you can just run through it if you want to tank it. So as soon as this instance starts, go ahead and put on protect from melee. So go ahead, throw on protect from melee. As I said, go to the opening in the fire. You can drink the super combat potion as well if you wish. There you go. If you keep finding all these, then you're fine. As you can see, I missed one there, and I took quite a bit of hits. Not the end of the world. Attack. As you can see, the boss isn't too bad. If you can tank fire, it's quickest to just run through it. If you can't tank the fire, then there you go. Make sure you keep an eye on your prayer points so you don't run out. As you can see, the boss does have a protect from mage and range symbol, so like I said, those attacks will not work. There you go. Once you've completed the boss, you can go ahead and turn your protection prayer off. Once that cutscene is done, you're going to want to run outside behind the castle. Go out this door here, and you'll want to talk to the captain right here. Commander, sorry. Run through the chat. After this, if you need more food, go ahead back into the castle and climb up the stairs. There's a bank right in here that you can use. I'm going to get just like 5 more food because you do have to fight an assassin. And while it's not super powerful and you can use just protect from melee, I do need a restoration of prayer and food just in case anything goes wrong. So once you have all that, go ahead down the stairs, and you want to go out front of the castle and look for Martin Holt. He should be in the same place as when you started the quest. Run through the chat. After you finish that chat, use an Arceuus teleport. I'm going to use the library, it's the quickest. Once you're here, go ahead into the library, open the door, go to the western corner and look for Arceuus and right click teleport. Talk to Historia, run through the chat. Choose option 3, I have a question about Rose. Historia is going to tell you there's a key you need, however they won't give it to you, so end the chat, right click pickpocket. Now you got that key, go ahead and use it on the display case over here in the southeast corner. You now have a book of Rose's diary. Go ahead and inspect it. Now use your Xeric's talisman to go to the Kourend castle or Xeric's heart. Same place, just that's the name of it. Talk to Martin again. You have to talk to Martin after every single clue that you complete. So, go ahead and read Rose's note, close it, and now we want to teleport, well, finish the chat. Go ahead and rub Xeric's talisman and teleport to Xeric's glade. Go ahead and you're going to want to go west to this place here, the Forthos dungeon. So you want to go a little bit southwest if you can complete this obstacle, which is 45 agility, which you should be able to because you're required to for the quest. And then you're going to go right over here. Make sure you read that note in front of him and he talks to you about splitting up. Go ahead into this area here and you should see Martin again. You want to talk to him. There he is. If he's not here, go back to Xeric's heart and inspect Rose's letter in front of him and then talk to him. Run through the chat. Choose option 4, I'll get searching. So here there are going to be 4 stone piles and each one will say a letter and then a number. They're going to spell out Rose. So write down R-O-S-E and then underneath that go ahead and put the number that equates to each letter. So search this pile here and I get O9. So under the O I'm going to write 9. Search this pile right just beneath it. Search the pile right beneath it and you get S1. So put a 1 under the S. Everyone has a different code, so unfortunately just copying my code won't work. Go to the northeastern one, E2, 2 below the E, and then go down south. There should be another pile in the far southeastern corner. Search it, and you get R3. So 3 below the R tells me my code is 3912. If you don't understand that puzzle, go ahead and put it in the comments, but basically just spell out Rose, and then replace all of those letters with the numbers that each rock told you is equivalent to that letter. Once you have that done, chop the vines in the northwestern corner. Squeeze through. Check the panel. Put in your code. Mine was 3912. Enter. You now get this. Read Rose's note. Close it. Squeeze through the vines. Talk to Martin. Option 4, alright, I'll see you soon. You are now going to want to teleport to Wintertodt, so however you wish to do that, I am going to use a game's necklace. While you're here, go ahead and restock on anything you may need. I'm going to get a stamina potion. Don't worry, when the next boss happens, I will give you a warning so we can get more food than we had before. So once you're here, you're going to want to go the whole way southwest until this area here, this ruins here. So you're going to go down here and then go all the way over this way. So you can just follow me, or you can go that way on the map. Once you reach this crossroads, take the northern path. Once you reach this one, take the southern path. And you now entered into the ruins. So, once you're here, go over into the ruins. You're going to want to talk to Martin, run the whole way down to the corner, and you should see Martin here. There he is. Talk to Martin. And then once you start talking to him, an assassin will hijack you and attack you. So get ready to put Protect from Melee on. There you go. They can attack with ranged, however they mostly attack with melee, so if you just put Protect from Melee on, they can't really hit you. They are level 132, which looks scary, however as you can see I'm level 82 and they aren't really doing any damage because I have that Protect from Melee. So the assassin will either die or teleport away. They teleport away, talk to Martin again, and they will come back, run backwards, and attack them again. So once the assassin is dead, go back into chat with Martin. If it doesn't automatically happen, run through the chat. Option 4, I'll have a look around. As you can see, there's some ice chunks over in this tree. Make sure you look at the ones right here. This is where you'll need your runes. Cast your firebolt on the ice chunks. And now inspect or search the ice chunks. And now you find a key. Go ahead to this lockbox on the wall here. Check the panel. It's going to be west of Martin, right here. Check it and you get a note. Read Rose's note. And now talk to Martin. Option 4, alright, good luck. Now you want to teleport to Xerox Heart, which is a Kourend teleport. So if you have that, teleport there. And now you're going to want to go all the way over east to the pub. Pub right here where my mouse is. So just keep running east. The second boss and final boss is coming up soon. However, I will prepare you for a time to bank and everything for that, so don't worry. So keep running until you hit your bar. Once you're here, go in, you should find Martin again. Talk to Martin. Run through the chat. Choose option 4, I'll have a look around. Run through the chat. And then climb up the pillar. The southern pillar has a climb option. You want to go ahead and use that. Go into the building and look north. There should be a panel. Check it. Now you want to read this chat carefully. So what you want to do here is note down what order that the houses are set in. So my houses, but only note down the first letter. So for me it'd be Arceuus, so that's just A. Hasidius, H. L. S. P is for me. So A, H, L, S, So just note it down by the first letter in the order they're set in for you. For everyone this is different. Once you've done that, go ahead and climb down using that same pillar in the corner. Go over here and look at the statues this way. So you can see the letters better, and you're going to want to press them in the order of the houses that you had. So for me, it was AHLSP. So hit inspect, and then option 1, press in. Make sure you actually press them in and don't just inspect them all. That won't do anything. So I have A, then H. Again, this is different for everyone, so make sure you follow your order, not mine. Once you hit the last one in, you'll get this message. You hear a click somewhere above you. Once that's done, go ahead in and climb that pillar again. Once you climb the pillar, go to the same box, and you should see it is now open. Check it and read Rose's note, and their cutscene starts. You'll look over and you'll see that Martin has run into trouble. So go ahead and climb down, and now we're going to want to go to a bank. So if you are 45 or higher farming, then go ahead and teleport to the farming guild. However, I'm a noob and I don't have that, so just go to any bank you can. I'm going to go ahead and use Wintertod. Again, it doesn't matter. If you're 45 or higher farming, I recommend just doing the farming guild because that's the next location we're going to go to. You don't need 45 farming to teleport to the farming guild, but you do need it to use the bank in there. So now you're going to want to get all of your supplies for the main boss fight, which again isn't too hard as long as you have prayer and everything. So make sure your prayer and everything is all healed up to the max. So now you're going to want to go to the farming guild, like I said. As I said, you can use the bank here if you're 45 farming, but if you're not, go to a different bank, get ready for the boss fight, then teleport here using a skills necklace. Go ahead to this building in the northeast corner, right here, next to the tree sign. If you don't have a skills necklace, you can also use a battlefront teleport. Go into this building, open the door, go in, inspect the bed, search the bed, you find a note. Once you search the bed, go ahead and read Tatty note. Also make sure you read that last Rose's note. If the cutscene happened before you were able to read it, you have to make sure you read it. So after that, you can inspect the crates in the top left corner of the house. Go ahead and do that. Option 1, climb through it. Run through the chat. Once that cutscene is done, talk to the commander. Option 3, better be off. Climb up the ladder. Now you want to go down to the swamp, to the mulch dungeon. So go straight south, and you want to go into the Lizardman Temple. So just follow me on the map. You're going to want to go into this area and just go to the eastmost area, eastmost entrance. So go ahead east, and then go into the dungeon entrance. Enter. It's not time for the boss just yet, so don't freak out. I'll give you a warning. Go south just a little bit, and then go east. All the way east to this Lizardman sitting down. Run through the chat, and you're going to choose option 2. Do you think you could help me find a mage? You need a key from him, however, in return, he wants lizard eggs. So, go ahead and go west and find a way out of here. Keep going west. These are not the lizard eggs you want. Jump in Strange Hole, all the way west. And now you're at the top. So, where you want to go, I'll show you on the map. Right next to the K and Cabo Swamp, this area right here. So this is where you want to go to. So on your map, you can mark that right there, right next to the K, on the left of the K and Cabo Swamp. Once you're here, go ahead and search the eggs. Just search all the piles until you find the one that gives you an egg and a lizard will attack. Go ahead and just kill it. Pretty easy compared to everything else we've been fighting. Alright, once that's done, make sure the egg is in your inventory, as it is for me, then go north. And you're going to want to go back to that same lizard. Now that you have the egg, everything is going to go quickly now. And smooth. You have what he wants, he has what you want. Go north. We're going to use the same entrance that we used before. So you can skip this one. Unfortunately, I did injure myself with poison. So if you have an anti-poison, I recommend bringing one. Turn auto retaliate off at this moment. Or if you have a serpentine helm or something that deflects poison, I recommend you bring that. Because that kind of stinks. So, talk to the lizard. Option 1 about the door. And now he gives you the key. Go ahead and use the key on the wall. Open the door. And now go ahead and enter the doorway. So for this boss, you're going to want to protect magic. And you can attack using ranged or melee. I'm going to use melee. Turn your run off. It's actually very important that you turn your run off for this guy because he has blue dots all over the floor, and if you run into one of the blue dots, it will do a lot of damage. So just go ahead, save yourself, and do not have to worry about running all over the floor and running into them. Just be in walking mode. Open the gate. So this boss is pretty simple. You can just stand in front of it and attack it. we go. This boss has two special attacks it uses. So it has one where it summons hands. Just go ahead and attack the hands if it does this. It has another where it drops hands all over the floor. For that one, you're going to want to go and move. Your fate is in my hands. Just keep moving if it does that one. And don't get stomped like I am right now. Once it's done, go ahead and attack the boss again. You can just go back and forth stepping. That actually might be a better way to do it. That way it was working out better for me. Once it says that, these two hands have summoned, just go ahead and kill them. Pretty straightforward, 2 attacks. So, just completed the boss. I did actually have to take out my obsidian armor and replace it with bandos and a whip. So I'll show you my setup now, because the boss was a little harder than I expected. But just took out that, put bandos chestplate, bandos tasses, and a whip instead of the obsidian stuff. And this setup worked fine with me. You know, 70, 65, 65. So still, you don't need great stats. Only took 10 food. So anyway, when that's completed, you can turn your run back on. Search the table north. Go ahead, read this, close it, run through the chat, and then teleport to the farming guild. We're going to want to go to that northeast building again where we found Rose. So this one up here. Once you're in here, go ahead down the crates. You'll start a cutscene. So once that's completed, you're going to want to go ahead and teleport to the Arceuus library. You now need to talk to the lords of every group. So we're going to start with Arceuus. So we need to go to the Temple of Magic. If you remember from a quest a while ago, the Arceuus Lord is in the upstairs of this building. It's recommended to have a stamina potion on you now if you don't have one, as I might go to the bank and get one, as you'll be moving around a little bit. However, not required, of course. Go ahead upstairs in this building, talk to Lord Trobin, run through the chat. Go ahead and right click your Xeric's Talisman, rub, and teleport to Xeric's Inferno. You're going to go ahead and go south, all the way down south, and you're going to want to go to this quest building right here where you did the Forsaken Tower and talk to Lady Lava. And that's not her name, but I just like to call her Lady Lava. You don't need to choose any options, you just need to talk to them and run through the whole chat. Alright, once that's done, you go ahead and use the Xerix Talisman again, and you're going to go to Xerix Glade. Go ahead and run right east into this building here. This one's really close by. And talk to Lord Kandor. Run through the chat. Alright, I'm going to get a stamina potion, and I'll be back in 1 second with your next location. Alright, so you can hit the bank in Hesidius to get up some supplies again, some food, restore your prayer, and some stamina or energy potions. The only enemies you have left to defeat are another assassin, just like the one earlier, and a weak barbarian. So there's nothing really big later in the quest. You've completed everything big PVM wise. So right now you're near the end of the quest. You just need to run around. So get some energy potions, and let's continue. Now you need to make your way to the manhole in Port Piscarius, which is right there. You can go ahead and just use Cartus Memoirs and run right there. Or if you don't have that, you can just run right up there. I'm going to use the Memoirs because it's right next. Once you're here, open the manhole. Climb down. Go southwest. Go the whole way west. Go northwest and go into this tent here. Talk to Lady Shona in the back. Once that's done, go ahead and teleport with the Xerox Talisman to Xerox Lookout. You're going to want to go all the way up north. So we're going to go to the house right here in Chizian, below the bank symbol. So that's the one right here, right where my mouse is at. So you can just follow me on the video. We're going to go there. Go ahead in. Climb the stairs with the ladder. Talk to Lord Shiro. Run through the chat. Once that's done, go ahead and teleport to the lookout again using Xerix Talisman. If you don't have a Xerix Talisman, you can actually bring home teleports and use other people's Xerix Talismans in their house. Just go on a house party world. So that's my recommendation if you don't have a Xerix Talisman. Anyway, go into this building just east of the teleport and talk to Commander Fulmore. Run through the chat. So once that's over, run through the chat. climb the whole way up with the staircase, the whole way to the top. You should see Lady Shauna at the top. Talk to her. Run through the chat. You have to talk to every single lord to figure out what they want. So just talk to everyone and run through the whole chat. So each lord is on a different layer of the house. So go down the stairs once and talk to Lady Vola, Lady Lob. Climb down the stairs once. Talk to Lord Shira. Climb down the stairs again. And the Arceuus Lord is actually outside, so go outside to talk to him. You do need one bank space, one inventory space open, so you can take that item from the Arceuus Lord. Just keep a few inventory slots open. Climb down and talk to Lord Candor. Run through the chat. So now we have tasks for all the lords. Now we have to get it done. Use your Battlefront teleport or any other teleport to get to Kourend, right over here. So I'm just going to use a Battlefront teleport and just get here. If you can use the agility shortcuts, use them. If not, just run around. It's fine. I can use one of them, can't use the other. We're going to go to the center of the mountain and use the elevator, and then go talk to the 3 giants downstairs. So, once you're here, go to the center, activate the elevator, run in here, go ahead and talk to them, any one of them. Alright, so go ahead and use your sulphur on the defense potion, and now you've created a sulphur potion. Talk to them again. Alright, and now they have made it into a shielding potion. Once that's done, go ahead and teleport to wintertime. Go north, and you're going to use this potion on the door. Make sure you use it. And you've completed the first favor. Next, we're going to use the Xeric's Talisman to teleport to the lookout for the next task. Go south. We're going to go the whole way south to fight a weak Barbarian. So don't worry about a big PvM battle again. This time, we just have to fight a Barbarian. this dungeon sign right here where my mouse is, that's where we have to go to fight this barbarian and finish another task. It's right there. So a little bit southeast. Go ahead and in. And you want to go back here, climb down. A barbarian will attack you. Attack them back. Once you've killed them, talk to Phillies. Run through the chat. And as soon as you finish the chat with Phillies, another task is completed. Now use your Xeric's Talisman to go to Xeric's Glade. Go ahead east. You want to go south underneath this building here. Go a little more south. You want to go right here where my mouse is. Once you're in the winery, inspect the second big red wine barrel. Not the first one, the second one. Option 1, climb through it. Picklock the chest in the northwest corner. Sorry. If you've successfully pickpocketed it, you've got a Shazine journal. If you didn't, just keep trying until you get that journal. Next, go ahead and teleport to the Arceuus library, or wherever your closest teleport to that is. We're going to want to go to the building with the church sign. So that is this big building right here. Open the door. Open the southern door. And you're going to want to go to the bottom of these buildings here. So this one right here. Climb up the stairs. Run the whole way down east. Once you've reached as far as you can east, go north and climb up the stairs as soon as you see him. Talk to Mori north. Run through the chat. Now we're going to need to go to the dark altar when this chat is finished. So you can either run back there or teleport there. I'm going to teleport there. You don't need to ask any questions here. Run north. So you're just going to run to the dark altar. I use an Arceuus library teleport just to make it quicker for me. However, you don't have to do that. Here we are going to get the dark essence block. This is one of the required items for the quest, and I'm just going to show you how to get it now. So get the whole way east, run past the altar, when you see the agility sign, if you can take it, take it. I can't take it, so I gotta keep running. If you banked your items for the quest during the boss fight, then just make sure you got them back so that you can complete the rest of the quest. I never banked them, so I never had to worry about that. Once you get here, go ahead up to the north and chip the runestone. If you didn't bring a chisel, you can take one for free right off the ground. Or if you're Ironman, you don't have one, there you go. There's one right on the ground. If you have that all in your inventory, you'll get a dense essence block. So go ahead to the dark altar now and we need to charge this. Make your way out of this little loopy place. Go to the Dark Altar. Use this essence block on the Dark Altar. And now you should have Dark Essence block. So now you're going to go back to that building. Again, I'm just going to use an Arceuus library teleport. However, if you want to run there, you can run there. It's fine. The building with Morty in it, where we first started this task. So go ahead in this room, just like before, climb up the stairs, go all the way down east, climb up north, go up the stairs, talk to Mori. Run through the chat. Once that's done, use your Xeric's talisman, and we're going to go to the Xeric's lookout. We're going to go all the way northwest to the Chasm of Fire, just all the way up here in the corner. If you have a fairy ring, go ahead and use the code DJR to get there much faster. However, I do not, so we will just be running there and taking the long route. So there's the fairy ring. If you would have used that, teleport much faster. Once you're here, talk to the disciple. Run through the chat. Alright, once that's completed, go ahead and use the Xeric's talisman, rub, and teleport to Xeric's lookout. Go in here and talk to the commander. Run through the chat. Option 1, I need some help with Lady Lava. Now you're going to run west to the building with the dungeon sign. So that's going to be all the way over this way. So right outside the walls. So you can go ahead into the Shazian house. Go all the way out here where my mouse is right now. That's where you want to be. Right there where the exclamation point is. On the outside of the wall. You can use a memoirs book, I guess, to go there a lot quicker. However, I didn't realize that till now, and I'm almost there, so I'm just gonna run there. This is also where you'll need to kill the assassin, which is the last monster you have to kill for the whole quest. So once you're here, go into the room, climb down the staircase. Go ahead and talk to Martin in his cell. Run through the chat. Once you finish that, go north. Climb up the staircase. Again, if you are not ready to fight the assassin again, then get gear and meet me back here, pause the video. Or if you are ready, then just continue watching with me. Go right over here to the church, and you'll see someone outside named Jorah. Run through the chat, answer the option 2, evil only triumphs when good do nothing. Run through the chat. and now a assassin has attacked you, go ahead, just attack them back. So, once you've killed it, talk to Jor again. And then we're going to teleport to Xerox Lookout and talk to Lady Lava in the tower. She's on the second floor. Run through the chat. Once that's done, climb up the staircase, and you need to talk to every lord since their task is complete. Just pretty much tell them, hey, I did your task. Just climb up, talk to the Piscalarius Lord. Once you've done that, climb down. You've talked to Lady Lava, so climb down. Talk to Lord Shiro. Run through the chat. Once you finish that, climb down. Go outside and talk to Lord Arceuus. Some people think you have to talk to them as soon as you finish the task. That's not true. You can finish all their tasks at once and then talk to them all at once. So, then go ahead in. Climb down the ladder. Talk to Lord Hesidius. Run through the chat. Alright, climb up the ladder and talk to the commander again. Run through the chat. Just continue skipping through the whole chat. Once that's done, go ahead and climb down the ladder. Talk to Lord Hesidius. Run through the chat. Go ahead, climb up the ladder and talk to the commander again. Option 1, let's do this. Nothing big going on, just a cutscene. Just run through all the chats. and then he dies. So then you'll automatically talk to Commander Fuller, and the quest is complete. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is the longest quest guide I've ever done, so I hope you guys think I did a good job. You got 2 quest points, a Book of the Dead for new spells in the Arceuus spellbook, an antique lamp for 10k XP and a skill 50 or above, a Kourend castle respawn point, and additional Kourend Arceuus spells. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Any comments, questions, or anything else, let me know down in the comments below. And take care, everyone. Hope you have a good one.